All right, my bad, man. Had some technical difficulties real quick, but we back. Goodfellas Sports TV in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, Hellblaze at thehellblaze.com. Promo code Goodfellas Unboxing. Get you 18% off the 100% all natural products. Soaps, lotions, foot soaps, bath bombs, deodorant, toothpaste, hair pomade, moisturizer bar for dry skin, eczema, etc. And much, much more. They got everything you need. Website, promo code, get that 18% off. Goodfellow Unboxings in the description. I'll give me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm probably do one, maybe three boxer streams through the week. I may go live if it's an important fight, but I'm really getting away from the boxing shit for the most part. As far as the amount of videos and the streams that I'm doing, like I said before, it's too many cake ass niggas in the boxing community. So I'm still gonna just push the videos out. I do streams here and there, and I'm gonna do an NBA stream tonight if I can get to it. If not, I'll do it in the morning. I can check that out. But it's just too many cake ass niggas out here in boxing, man. It's too much faggot shit and too many fake niggas. And for the most part, I'm just gonna be doing my streams by myself now. All right, I'm not gonna be inviting nobody on. And that ain't a shot for niggas that come on. I'm just really about to distance myself from niggas. You know, if you need to get in contact with me or whatever, you know, you can hit me up on Twitter and DM and shit of that nature. I'm just not fucking with niggas like that. Collabing, showing up on niggas' channels and shit like that no more. I'm off that tip at that point. Um, so at the end of the day, you see the content changing. I got some new shit I'm doing as well too. I wanted to announce it this week. It's probably gonna be next month. Um, I'm starting a new venture. Not necessarily it'll have something to do with YouTube, but it'll be different, man. And also get y'all involved. Maybe put a couple dollars in certain people's pockets. So it is what it is. Still probably working on shirts and shit and apparel. I've been lacking on that. I got a lot of shit to do, but I'm just distance myself. I don't want to be synonymous with nobody, to be real. This ain't a shot at like Dr. Blick and shit like that. He a good brother. But I'm just pretty much gonna just do this shit on my own. I don't want to drag niggas into shit, and it's just too much gay shit going on. All right, but everybody know if you hit me up behind the scenes, you need assistance or something ain't working, and I fuck with you, I'll come through on it. But I got no problem with them, bro. So at the end of the day, I'm just doing me. But yeah, let's talk about. I was looking at a Wood. I gotta look at this channel, man. This nigga changed his channel so. I was looking at a Wood channel today, man. I want to make sure I get it right, man. I was just watching it while I was trying to fucking get this hangout shit to work. It was on some bullshit. But I was watching this T Grizzly interview, man. That shit good as fuck. It's on Rap Radar on YouTube. It's a good interview, man. I'm almost finished. I watched the whole almost 34 minutes of that shit. But I want to make sure I get this nigga channel right. And also I want to share another video with y'all from Brother Nas. I think this kind of old, but just to get in perspective, I'm gonna talk about some bonus shit at the end. I'm glad I went to look for Wood channel on my history. Wood the guy TV1. This nigga always changes his name and shit. I was looking at his video about the ranking system for the welterweight division on ESPN. I got a different perspective on it, and also I'm gonna talk about Keith Thurman as well too. Quan, what's going on? I see you. Tell Quan I said what up. Kobe 2K fan, Sean Tour, cool man said man. Fred Jackson, Garcia's, what's going on? And I came up with a list, and I know niggas gonna probably pop up in here and keep asking me what the list is, so I'm gonna have to repeat the list a few times. So I'll go ahead before I round it off. This is in order for me, and I'll explain it each step by each step. I'll read their list out first. I think I still got it up. Yeah, I'll read their welterweight list off first. It's loading, and then you compare it, and I just give my opinion on it. It ain't too far off, but I do disagree on some things here, and I do think a couple guys shouldn't be on the list. But as well as I meant to talk about this earlier or yesterday. The reason I didn't do no videos later, I had an internet outage when I came back from shopping, so I just went to sleep. Fuck that. It was a long day yesterday, but I got Errol Spence at number 1, Crawford at number 2, Pacquiao at number 3, Keith Thurman at number 4, Sean Porter at number 5, Danny Garcia at number 6, Your Dennis Ugas at number 7. English at number 8. Jesse Vargas at number 9. Jamal James at number 10. Okay, that's the ESPN list. Okay, just to give you a heads up, I don't have Jesse Vargas in my list because he's competing at 154 pounds. Rashid Thomas was going on. I don't have English on my list because he ass as hell. Pretty much everybody else I got on the list. Okay, my list goes Errol Spence 1, Terrence Crawford 2, Keith Thurman 3, Sean Porter 4, Danny Garcia 5, Pacquiao 6, your Dennis Ugas 7, Sergey Lippietz is on my list. And I got Jamal James at number 9, Omar Figueroa at number 10. That's my list. And like I said, I think even if I mean, it depends on what you rank them. You know what I'm saying? It depends on what you rank them by. Samuel, what's going on? Chris Masters, what's going on? It depends on what you rank them by. Like for me, if we going by accomplishments, Keith Thurman's still number 1 in my opinion. If you're going by accomplishments and still, having, somewhat of youth left, you know what I'm saying? You give me somewhat of his faculties left, but Errol Spence number 1 for me over Terrence Crawford. That don't necessarily mean I think Errol Spence beat everybody else. Okay, it don't mean Errol Spence gonna beat everybody else. Okay, that just means that he's more accomplished from Leonard Bundu, knock him out when Keith Thurman failed to knock him out, and also he did 6.5 viewerships on NBC. That was after the Olympic gold medal men's game. Also from Chris Van Deer, Chris Algieri. I mean, he got a nice little long list. Campo, who came back and got a victory. He probably got another victory by now. Lamont Peterson, he destroyed him. And he was even talking about moving up to middleweight. Lathers, what's going on? He was even, D-Right, I see you. He was even talking about going up to middleweight at one point. Lamont Peterson before he fought Errol Spence, or a little bit before that. He also got the best victory over Kell Brook at welterweight than Terrence Crawford. And Kell Brook is a guy who beat up on Sean Porter. Okay, so he got that victory as well too. So at the end of the day, he young, he been at the division the majority of his career. He was at 54, and he came down gradually because he was 52 as an amateur. That's the what they call that amateur. I forget what weight class they call it. So Earl got the most. He got the longest track record. Active track record with the premier win on it. Okay, Kell Brook was a premier win, and I think Lamont Peterson was a really good win at the time. We had seen Lamont Peterson iced by Lucas Matisse, but he traded a hook with a hooker. Errol Spence completely obliterated. He was trying to go up to middleweight. Oh, light middleweight is what they call it. My bad. Appreciate it. He was trying to go up to Peterson trying to go to middleweight. I couldn't believe that, but obviously somebody talked some sense into him. So Errol Spence, he young, he spry, he got the more accomplished welterweight record. Remember, this is not pound for pound. This is welterweight. Okay, if anybody want to make a case, and say, well, I'm just gonna go off a track record. Well, Keith Thurman, and Pacquiao would top the list, but Pacquiao ain't the same. Number 2, I got Crawford. He got one less title defense than Errol Spence. Obviously, he passed the eye test. Obviously, he pound for pound number 1. He handled Jeff Horn, who's now on middleweight, with ease. I don't know why people still questioning Terrence Crawford's strength. I just don't understand that. He handled a middleweight. Pacquiao, people talking about Pacquiao gonna beat Keith Thurman. If you believe Pacquiao gonna beat Keith Thurman, you should believe Bud should walk through him. I know you can't use a triangle theory, but the way that Terrence Bud Crawford physically handled Jeff Horn, shit, that was like a pit bull dragging a chihuahua out to the hood. He handled him. A lot of people are not gonna give him his credit, but he handled him. You know what I'm saying? Benavidez, I think I was he was a better fighter than Carlos Ocampo. So, he just beat Amir Khan and outboxed Amir Khan. Nobody had done that. Nobody had ever really outboxed Amir Khan. They pretty much always timed him. So for me, that he number 2. Number 3 for me is Keith Thurman. I just believe he done too much. Even though he fought he fought he's supposed to fight Marcos Maidana in his Al Heyman / HBO debut. It didn't happen. That would have given him a huge boost. Most people know why it didn't happen because Maidana just got Robert Garcia and he just had got dog walked by Devin Alexander. But I think the IBF may have been on the line there. But then you keep going. He beat Zivic. He fucked around and moved up 5 pounds and fought Carlos Catana towards the end of his career. He fought Diego Chavez. I think that's still my favorite Keith Thurman fight. It's the Diego Chavez fight. If you haven't seen that fight, that was vintage Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? He beat up Soto Carras, who had beat the hell out of Andre Berto. I think he beat Herberto Soto. I can't remember which one of them dudes. They all remind me of each other. And his HBO debut. It may have been him. It may not have been him. I can't remember. I'll go back and look before I get off. Then obviously he beat Leonard Bundu. That's kind of when after Jose Soto Carras clipped him, that's kind of when the soft Keith Thurman, kind of showed. But then he fucked around and he beat Julio Diaz. I think that was after Julio Diaz actually had a draw with Sean Porter. He had a draw with Sean Porter. Sean Porter came back and beat him. He beat Robert Guerrero. Luis Collazo. That was the stain on his shirt. That was real fishy to me. What's going on, Corey? I see you. Oh yeah, for sure. Let me know. That was kind of Chavez was undefeated. Then I can't remember the succession who they were. But y'all get what I'm saying. Then also, this kind of slipped my mind. I don't know how. Then he beat Sean Porter. Then he beat Danny Garcia. That's the best resume outside of Pacquiao at 154 pounds and down out of the crew because Thurman fought at 152 one time at least. Errol Spence got a handful of fights up at 154. Anything above 47 is considered junior middleweight. And Sean Porter came from 154 pounds. So at the end of the day, you got a few guys that already dabbled up there in his weight class. So right now, my list is Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Keith Thurman, 1, 2, and 3. Sean Porter, I think Sean Porter, and by the way, I think all of them beat Pacquiao right now. Sean Porter, I think he beat Pacquiao right now. At the end of the day, he got a really solid resume. Beat Paulo Malignaggi. He beat Devin Alexander. Take it how you want it. That's after he beat Maidana. He had a so-called addiction. He was originally supposed to face Kell Brook, and Kell Brook and him, I think Kell Brook pulled out 2 times, and then he ended up fighting Sean Porter. Was his worst nightmare at the time. I'm not sure. I think for Devin Alexander at the time, I think Kell Brook was a more winnable fight for him than Sean Porter, because Sean Porter, what a lot of people don't know, and Kenny Porter act like he know everything. Sean Porter and Kenny Porter called Timothy Bradley and Joel Diaz, who was his coach at the time, and they asked them on advice how to beat Devin Alexander. That's what people don't know. Kenny Porter asked Tim Bradley and Joel Diaz the angles and stuff how to beat Devin Alexander. So, because Timothy Bradley beat Alexander at 40. That was like for 140-pound supremacy. So, Sean Porter got some solid wins right there. He lost to Kell Brook. So he got some solid wins on his resume. I just think right now he the fourth. And I know he said, well, he lost to Dennis Ugas, whatever situation may be. What BoxRec say he won. So it is what it is. In my opinion, I think it's kind of like the Charlo Harrison thing, right? What did PBC have to gain by Harrison beating Charlo? Nothing. What did PBC have to gain by Ugas beating Sean Porter? Really nothing. Sean Porter, if Ugas, Ugas and Sean Porter pretty much on the same level popularity-wise. I think Sean Porter may be a notch or 2 above him, but I really don't think it would have mattered. Okay, people was looking forward to Ugas fighting Errol Spence before he jumped out the IBF to the WBC. Okay, so I got Errol 1, Terrence 2, Keith Thurman 3, Sean Porter 4. I got Danny Garcia rounded out my 5. I can see Pacquiao beating Danny Garcia, to be real. What up, Dr. Garcia? I can see Danny Garcia, Pacquiao beat Danny. But I just think what I saw from Danny, I know it was versus Granados, but a lot of you niggas and a lot of you niggas was picking Granados to beat him, and I told you Danny Garcia, picked him for a reason coming off a loss. It kind of was like a tune-up, but it was kind of, people thought it could be an upside. I knew it wouldn't. Danny Garcia is a master sharp counterpuncher, and I believe how much Pacquiao slowed down, I think Danny Garcia could have clipped him, in my personal opinion. So I'm a slightly favor Danny Garcia over Pacquiao with welterweight. I won't get mad if you put Pacquiao or Danny Garcia, but Danny Garcia, he got the most greatest welterweight resume. He lost to Thurman, he lost to Porter. He beat Paulie, he beat Guerrero, he beat Brandon Rio. So his resume ain't thick, but then to put it in perspective for you, Manny Pacquiao beat Broner, who was cooked. He fried. He done. Okay, Broner probably almost as done as Robert Guerrero was at that time, and Paulie. No, he beat Matisse. I mean, he was even more cooked than Adrian Broner. He was way more done than Adrian, but Matisse was done. He was getting beat by Kyron, a dude that was beating him with a jab until he caught him. And then he lost to Jeff Horn. Okay, could Jeff Horn beat Danny Garcia? I don't think so, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, so Garcia rounded out my top 5. Pacquiao is 6 for me, obviously. Pacquiao is still he all right, but he's slowing down. Reflexes not there. I'll get to him later talking about Keith Thurman, man. But Pacquiao, good fighter. He's still, I think he's mortal. He's average at this point. I think he a little bit below average because he don't have no technique. This about to remind me of Roy Jones and Glenn what's my man's name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. I don't know why I can't remember his name. The kid that fight the construction worker that ended up Glenn Johnson was his name. I don't know why I'm slipping, but it's gonna remind me of Glenn Johnson versus Roy Jones. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. That's what's kind of remind me of. I think he about to get slept. Glenn Johnson. He about to get fucking slept by Keith Thurman, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Pacquiao is 6 for me. Your Dennis Hughes is 7. Some people think he beat Sean Porter. I won't argue with you. I just ain't got an opportunity to go back and score fights. I haven't watched the last 2 years, counting this year so far. I don't believe I've rewatched a fight. Not a one. I have not rewatched a fight unless I was doing film study. I haven't rewatched a fight for fun in almost 2 years. I didn't rewatch Wilder Fury. I didn't rewatch Lara and Jared Hurd, which I will eventually get around to watching that again. I didn't rewatch none of it. Jose Ramirez versus Zepeda. I haven't rewatched none of them. Sean Porter Hughes didn't rewatch nothing. If you can name it, I have casually not rewatched it. So when I actually get the wherewithal and the time and the energy to rewatch some of these fights, I will be doing some more blasts from the past. I haven't done one in a while. This is where I go back and rewatch and score a fight, but that's here nor there. Number 8, I got Sergey Lipinets. I like Lipinets at what he did versus Peterson. I know people saying he was supposed to do that, but after that fight he had versus old boy, I ain't like that shit. Bonet, you know what I'm saying? After he hit when he lost that fight to me, but it seemed like he got it together. I think Buddy McGurk, this trainer, Lamont Peterson, he was using angles better. He was closing the distance better. And he was really landing shots. His jab is a problem. You know what I'm saying? If Lipinets had footwork, Lipinets probably get Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford to run for his money. But that's the difference right there is footwork. You know what I'm saying? Even with Danny Garcia, I like Danny Garcia footwork better than Lipinets. Lipinets is a former kickboxer though. If he had better footwork, Lipinets could beat anybody in the division. And more experienced, but he don't. If was the 5th, we all be drunk. You know what I'm saying? But he don't. And number 9 for me, Jamal James, real good, long, slick fighter. I had to squeeze him in at number 9. I think he deserves a title shot versus somebody. I wouldn't mind seeing him get the winner of Sean Porter, Earl Spence. Probably gonna be Earl Spence. I wouldn't mind seeing him get it going over the top rank to fight Crawford. I wouldn't mind seeing him if Sean Porter lost to Earl Spence. Danny Garcia won't fight a guy like that. Omar Figueroa and Jamal James, I think he'd beat Omar Figueroa. But Jamal James come out at number 9. He fighting Antonio DeMarco. Man, I can't believe Antonio DeMarco still is fucking yeah, Buddy McGirt. Yeah, he was Tarver old trainer. McGirt a good trainer. He really did with Kovalev. But Jamal James at number 9 for me. And number 10 is Omar Figueroa. I always like Omar Figueroa, man. Figueroa defense better than what people give it credit for. I know it sounds crazy. He do roll with a lot of shots. He got bad hands. You would think he have a bad head, as many shots as like he take, but he's solid. He's solid to squeeze in number 10. Now, could I see Luis Collazo kind of finessing him if he got a little juice? Yes, yeah. Can I see, anybody past Pacquiao? I'm gonna say past Yugas, which is Lippius, Jamal James, Omar Figueroa, Ingus, Booz Putin. I can see, maybe Josh Kelly getting past a couple of them eventually or not. Ray Robinson maybe can get one of them guys in the last 3 or not. What's the kid name that's in camp right now? I don't know. I just forgot his name. The kid from Philly. The kid from Philly. What's the kid from Philly name? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I was talking shit about Earl Spence. Jaron Ennis, Boots. I can see Jaron Ennis, clipping the top 3. I think Yugi's might be a tough order for him right now. But Kelly, Ennis, any other young lion in there, man, they should really be targeting those 3. Now, Lippius is a little bit scary. He ain't got no footwork. Boots probably can outbox him. But if you want to know about one of them young niggas, jaw like Kelly, Lippius gonna check your chin. Ricky E, what's going on? Ingus number 11. I don't think he that good, man. You know what? I would pick Jaron Ennis to beat him right now. To be honest, yeah, I would say he better than Custio Clayton. He may not be better than Alexander Booz Putin. Maybe he could beat Rashidi Ellis. I think he is better than Berto at this point. I don't think he's better than Ray Robinson, in my opinion. I think they had a draw. If I'm not mistaken, I didn't watch that. Maybe I'll go back and watch that. So, and I don't rate Jesse Vargas because he's fighting at 54. Yeah, he had promotional issues, man. I don't explain it, man. I haven't talked about it in so long, but it's something to do with Bob here. Long story short, be fucking surprised, right? So that's my top 10, man. So, me and ESPN ain't too far off. I just don't think Pacquiao that good no more. Okay. I think I might go to Pacquiao Thurman. I really don't know how it's lining up at this point, but I'm gonna try to get to 2 or 3 fights this year. If not, it is what it is. I'm probably gonna go cover the big 3. I'm gonna go to the big 3 next Friday. Me and my homeboy. So I'm gonna go. Maybe I get some credentials. Somebody trying to hook me up. Yeah, Kelly fought Robinson to a draw, but I think if you get a second look at Robinson, he probably could win. But at the end of the day, this don't mean all right. This ain't the heavyweight division. All right, anybody inside the top 10 in the heavyweight division can beat each other. Okay, anybody inside the top 10 can beat each other in the heavyweight division. If not the fucking top 15. I don't mean like the welterweight. I mean just the top 10 heavyweights. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I'll do that list coming up later. But Pacquiao was fried, man. He don't have a head movement, and the problem is he don't have the foot movement. I don't care what his foot movement, even if it's A, B, C, or it used to be A to Z, like A straight to Z, then Z straight to C. Like he had a really, really funky foot movement. Pacquiao, no, I ain't going to Wilder Ortiz too. I'm thinking about it. Maybe that might be one of the ones I want to go to. Appreciate it, Greg. Salute. Pacquiao, he a good fighter. He was, but Pacquiao reminded me of Roy Jones, okay? The difference was Roy Jones was the heavyweight, but for Roy Jones, once Roy Jones lost a step or two, and it may be 3 steps, since moving up to 1, he went up to like 190 something, put in all muscle. You know what I'm saying? Once he came back down, and it was gonna happen regardless, he shouldn't have came back down. But once Roy Jones' speed and reflexes dropped off, it was different because Bernard Hopkins, he was predicated on technique. Mayweather technique. James Toney was able to go up heavyweight because he had a great chin. He naturally was a heavyweight. It was technique. You can't say, oh, Roy went up to heavyweight and beat, Ruiz, I think his name was. We came out with Roy. and say he would have beat James Toney at heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? He could have at the time. He still had the reflexes, but I think James Toney, even though he didn't get a title up there, James Toney was a more functional heavyweight. You know, I was listening to Mr. Boxing today talk about that. Nelson, what's going on? But James Toney was naturally a heavyweight. He squalls down. You know, James Toney was a top football recruit. He beat up Deion. He might have beat up Deion Sanders at the Michigan camp. But my point is, when Roy Jones lost a step or two, you feel me? When he lost a step or two, you know what I'm saying? It was over with. He didn't have no technique. His defense was reflexes. His natural ability was speed and able to throw off funky angles and able to throw hooks from different variations and stuff of that nature. That's what made Roy Jones tough. The guy that was going to beat Roy Jones was going to beat him with timing or impeccable technique. Now, the Montel Griffin first fight, you know, Griffin was getting in his ass. You know what I'm saying? Because Eddie Futch had him technical. He was throwing the jab. He was too technical for Roy, but Roy had figured him out though. You know what I'm saying? I watched that fight a few times, and I may go back and watch it again. I watch it from time to time. But he had Roy kind of thinking. You know, he had the drop on Roy, but Roy made that adjustment. He's about to get him out of there. You know, but with Roy Jones, he lost a step. And with Pacquiao, he lost a couple steps. Pacquiao lost a lot of steps. And this ain't Lucas Matisse. This ain't a shot Adrian Broner. This ain't Jeff Horn. You know, and I think that Jeff Horn fight put a lot of mileage on that ass as well too. No, I never watched Charlo and Harrison. I said I was going to rewatch it. I never watched it. Never watched that fight. I said that last two weeks ago. Somebody asked me, "Did you?" I said I still haven't rewatched it, but I thought to the naked eye listening to it, I thought Charlo won, but I have to watch it with the sound off. But when I get around to it, I will. But you know, with Pacquiao, he lost that. Pacquiao was coming in versus, and and a lot of people may not see what I see, but I seen him really. He knew that Broner wasn't gonna punch. He was able to, you know, come in with his chin tucked out, and he was sometimes it looked like he was punching Broner with two hands at the same time. And you know, he not tucking his chin, his footwork movement not that good. Have Broner just let his hands low, he would have gave his opportunity itself to win. Now Pacquiao do got a really good left hand still. It do carry some thump in that motherfucker. But, you know, he remind me of Roy. You know, Pacquiao was just waiting to get knocked out, to be honest. You know, he probably out the top five welterweights in my opinion. Danny Garcia is probably the guy he can beat. Sean Porter, that's gonna be a rerun of Jeff Horn. Okay. Sean Porter if Sean Porter don't sit there and fight like he did versus Yugas, you know, if he used what he need to use, you know, that'd be a really good one. He said when Roy moved up to I don't know, I'm not sure. You know, Weeze wasn't a good gauge for me if he could have beat Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? And it depends on what Mike Tyson talk about. People talk about prime Mike Tyson. People say that's one of the most overused things, but that's a real thing in my opinion. You know, at the end of the day, that Tyson at 220 pounds, it was a serious guy. You know, bro, I seen Keith Thurman train. That nigga really looked like one time he taking this Pacquiao. So, yeah, because he about to get that bread. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, I would have picked. You know, it depends on which Tyson you talking about. But Roy, if you talking about if Roy can get it to the 6th, 7th round, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he got a chance, but I don't see him avoiding that sleep Tyson for 12 rounds. You know, the heavyweights that Roy probably could beat. Shit, that's tough. We had about 3 years ago, we had a hypothetical about Joshua and Jones, and a lot of niggas in the group was split about it. You know, split about it. What up, Madness? I see you. Was split about it, but let me get back on code. I do a Q&A at the end. Devion Penn, but I'm gonna just tell you this, man, and I'm gonna talk about some current events too, that happened today, and I may go live boxing. Who we got fighting this? Nobody really fighting this weekend. I might talk about boxing again, maybe Thursday, Friday, at the latest, at the earliest. It may be if some news come up, I'll go live. But if not, I'm just gonna go live on different subjects throughout the week, so it'll be a little different. I ain't gonna do as many lives on boxing no more. I explained that already. But I think if people put money on Pacquiao, I would put money on Thurman to get the stoppage. And this is my whole thing about this boxing shit, man. It's kind of one of the reasons I'm stepping back, and I will be getting to the comment section now. I'm not doing this many live, so just be patient with me. They come as you type them, so I don't go through each video and go through the comment section. It don't work like that. It just comes in succession. So if you do one on the video I did 3 years ago, I'll do that. Ali, I'll see you. I ain't see you in a minute. What's going on? But I would put money on Thurman for stoppage. Now, CJ Thurman ain't had stoppage since whoopty whoop whoop, a real stoppage. And that's your opinion, okay? But I just see Thurman stopping Pacquiao. And if he don't stop Pacquiao, I'll be disappointed. And I think he got no chance. I ain't gonna say he got no chance, but I think it's gonna be tougher versus Errol Spence. He should really stretch Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? And one of the reasons Keith Thurman, he got so many injuries. If you actually look at it with his arms, look how that nigga hit the punching bag, bro. And when I see him hit the punching bag, it don't even like the punching bag got a pocket for some reason, okay? And if you don't know what a pocket is a spot in the punching bag where it make it comfortable for you to punch, especially for a left foot hook. You know, it's kind of like a groove. You know what I'm saying? You hit that groove, that's the spot you really want to hit it. But especially if he own his own gym or that's his home gym, you know, it don't even be looking. It like he be making a new indent in a new pocket every time. Like he just building on the pocket. You know what I'm saying? And he said I was in training last month, but I messed up my LCL. I'm back in the. Oh, you went to you was in the Army or the Navy or something like that. But you know, with Keith Thurman, I'm just gonna say this, man. He ain't got to look for the knockout. To be real, he ain't got to look for that knockout. He can get this knockout. You know what I'm saying? He can get this knockout, in my opinion, because it's just Pacquiao gonna walk into it. You know what I'm saying? Pacquiao can't help. You know, I'm gonna put it to you this way: you ever played Call of Duty? Will, what's going on? You ever played Call of Duty? You know, and you be trying to camp, and you just too anxious to camp, so you run out there. You be like, man, I know if I sit here for another, 10, 15, 20 seconds, a nigga gonna walk by, but you can't help it. You just run out there. And then you get popped and killed. Like, damn, if I would have sat there, he would have ran right by me. That's like Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao can't help but to jump in and be offensive. He can't help but to lunge, and this nigga be leading with his jaw. He said, y'all came back in boxing world was flipped upside down, but my boy J-Rock got the upset, so yeah, he got it. So Pacquiao just make a lot of. He don't have no fundamentals, man. He not a real technical fighter. Now, before niggas started crying and getting in their feelings, even though when they watched the replay, neither was Roy Jones. Roy Jones wasn't a real technical fighter, But what they had was, they was unorthodox, and that threw off a lot of people, man. But when you fight an unorthodox fighter, it kind of challenges the laws of physics in boxing. They're really tough to beat. Okay, it took a technical fighter to beat Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Morales, really technical. Juan Ma, I think when he knocked him out, he was really technical. And Mayweather eventually, he was really technical. Now Jeff Horn he was rough. Okay, he closed the distance on him. And Jeff Horn is a fucking middleweight now. So you going up against one of the historically small welterweights. That's just what it is. Okay. That's just what it is. So I expect Pacquiao to walk into something. This might be one of those situations for Keith Thurman where throwing hooks may be good for him. You know what I'm saying? I think Keith Thurman throwing hooks in this fight will be very, very key for him. Okay. Usually I would like to see Keith Thurman throw more straight punches, more jabs and straight right hands down the pipe. But I think Pacquiao gonna walk right into a left hook or right into a right hook. You know what I'm saying? Pacquiao, unless he real cautious, he gonna walk into some shit and he gonna get stopped. I'll tell you that right now. And if now Pacquiao win? Yeah, if Keith Thurman sustain an injury or Pacquiao land that straight left or Pacquiao land that body shot, he got a really sneaky body shot. Those are the three ways he can win. But Keith Thurman, one thing and I'm gonna break this down for niggas, man. Look here, man. I meant to say this. I got cut off earlier, but once again, when we talking boxing, this ain't hoping, okay? This like fucking blackjack, 21 for niggas that don't know, right? This is like blackjack. You figure deal me. And what I mean, this is like blackjack, and you count cards. You know what? It's a out. And I won't say it's, whatever they call it. It's an algorithm. It's a system, like Kevin Spacey said. You know, it's a system. And for everybody who's seen that movie, what was it called? 21. It's a system. Okay, when you predict in boxing, it's a fucking system. Okay, it's not run on emotions. It's not run on I hate this nigga. It's not run on that. We could all get together like the fucking Care Bears and hold hands and touch paws and hope for some shit to happen. Boxing is predicated on matchups. It's just like football. I don't know how many people watch football, basketball. It's predicated on matchups. Every week, the reason the New England Patriots are so fucking good is this. You know what? They able to see where your weak point is. They look for the best matchup and exploit it. No matter what. Plug and play. In boxing, it's the same way. You look for the best matchup and you exploit it. In basketball, you get to switch. Okay? Isolation. You feel me? ISO, 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 ISO. All right, we got a good matchup. Oh, let's post up Shaq. Oh, we got to switch on Shaq. We got Shaq on Lottie D vibes. We like that match. So boxing is the same way. Okay? It's matchups. When you look at it, leave your emotions at the door. The only time you use your heart in boxing when you truly believe it's a 50-50 fight and you can't decide. You be like, know what? My heart or my gut is telling me whoop-de-whoop. You know what? I'm a slightly favorite him. I got a feeling. That's cool. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's all about matchups. And one thing we do know about Manny Pacquiao, he can't cut the ring off. We've seen it versus Floyd Mayweather. We've seen it versus fucking Marquez. We've seen it 1,000 times. Pacquiao will follow you around the ring. If you able to make Pacquiao the aggressor, and he will be the aggressor, Keith Thurman can just pick him apart for 12 rounds, which it's a strong chance that may happen. Pacquiao is going to be the aggressor. He ain't going to be able to close the distance on Keith Thurman. And I say that because I was one of the few people that was impressed with Keith Thurman and Lopez. And the one thing, Jerry, I see you. I'll get your question. Give me a minute. You might have to ask it at the end. But, hey, one thing I say about Pacquiao, right, about Thurman, Pacquiao and Thurman, the number one thing I noticed when I watched this fight, it's not height, it's not length, it's not punching power. Dude, it's the feet. Pacquiao cannot cut the ring off. Pacquiao cannot cut the ring off on fucking Keith Thurman. That's just what it is. Pacquiao follows his opponent around the ring. Now, the last opponent who couldn't cut the ring off on Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, that I remember, he had problems with him. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much Pacquiao may get outboxed in the first half of the fight. What he gonna have to do is when Keith Thurman slow down in the second half of the fight, which is probably gonna happen if he don't get the knockout, Pacquiao is gonna have to really take some chances and lunge in with his shots, because he don't know how to really come on the inside without taking a risk. He don't really know how to cut the distance off, hit you with a body shot, then close in and work. Pacquiao like to jump in, lunge his straight left hands, and get his work in. His first step, his left hand used to be so crucial and explosive. Most people underestimated the beginning. They didn't think Pacquiao carried that much power. But when he hit you with that left hand, it make you gunshot. You know what I'm saying? You know, another football analogy. It's like when you get blindsided or you go across the middle for the first time, or you on kickoffs and somebody hits you don't see coming. It's kind of, you get whiplash. You like, man, what the fuck, man? You aware. So once you so aware of that straight left hand, you know, it gets you scared. So if he able to set the tone with a straight left hand, that'll work, you know, but he gonna have to find that groove for that straight left hand, because Thurman is gonna slow down about the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th round. He'll get a second win in there. You know, his game is I'm gonna drop you probably in the first half of the fight, or I'm gonna beat you for the first 5 or 6 rounds. You know what? I'm gonna steal 1 or 2 rounds at the end, and I'm gonna beat you on points. But in this fight, he gonna have an opportunity without even throwing his left hook at full strength. Pacquiao is gonna walk into a lot of his hooks. It ain't nothing that Freddie Roach can do about it. It ain't nothing that Boo Boy can do about it. He's gonna walk into a lot of fucking hooks or a lot of shots, and he gonna take chances and lunge in there with Thurman.
And Thurman just got to be able to let the shots flow and then, hit the money shot and sit down on one of his hooks. It's going to happen. He going to catch Pacquiao. It may be on some Ricky Hatton, Floyd Mayweather type of shit. But Pacquiao need to work on really cutting the ring off and closing the distance. But him and Freddie Roach haven't been able to do that in over a decade. He got problems with guys that use the ring. So Thurman jab gonna be important, but I'm telling you, those lead hooks, I believe, is gonna be a problem for Manny Pacquiao in this fight. Now, a lot of people didn't notice in the Broner fight, he looked terrible in that fight. He looked old, he looked slow. His foot movement was piss poor. His technique has always been bullshit. Like I said, he just unorthodox. Keith Thurman should run away with this fight, man. Keith Thurman should stretch this guy. You know what I'm saying? He should. He may just tap him up and cruise to a decision. But one of the things I liked about the Lopez fight was his conditioning. For somebody to be off for 2 years and come back and box for 12 rounds like that, that's a difficult. People say, well, Lopez did catch him. Shit, Lopez dropped Marcos Maidana on his ass. People forget that. And he went up to 54 and fought Canelo he didn't win, obviously. But Manny Pacquiao don't got the arm length I think Josito Lopez got. But I really think Keith Thurman, this shit is it's a glorified tune-up for Keith Thurman. If Keith Thurman can't dispose of Manny Pacquiao, he gonna have a tough time beating Bud. He gonna have an extremely tough time beating Sean Porter again. He gonna have a tough time even being able to beat Errol Spence. This shit should be this shit should be a layup for Keith Thurman. How bad Pacquiao look unless he doing something different, which ain't no drug test for this fight, and I'll let Town Business go ahead and continue to go in on him. But it is what it is. It's still no drug testing. So I just look for Keith Thurman to look good. This ain't coming from a Keith Thurman fanboy perspective, Keith Thurman hater perspective. Remember, check your emotions at the door. We can all hate Keith Thurman. We can all hate Tyson Fury, but guess what? They on the championship level for a reason. We all can hate AJ, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But these niggas on the championship level for a reason. They make the fights for them to fight the fights. And I'm telling you, man, if I'm a betting man and those odds are good enough, you know what? I'm going to take Keith Thurman by stoppage. Okay? But if I want to play it safe, I ain't Dwyer, all right? I'm not Dwyer. I don't know shit about betting, okay? All right? But if I'm a betting safe man, I'll take Keith Thurman to win a unanimous decision. Okay? And that's just how you look at it. Okay, if this was Amir Khan ain't pound for pound though. But if this was Amir Khan, I give Pacquiao a shot, a big shot. Even though Amir Khan and Keith Thurman, they do fight in a similar fashion where they always on their toes and they front runners and they kind of fade off on the back end. And I question both of their chins, to be honest. I'm glad you brought up Amir Khan. But you know what? I know one thing for sure. Khan got to stop. Okay, Keith Thurman can box 12 rounds. He'll stop here and there. If Pacquiao land that straight left hand on Khan's jaw to this day, I'm taking Pacquiao to knock that motherfucker out. Even if this was Khan versus Collazo, Khan versus Diaz, whoever, any version of Khan. If Pacquiao land that straight left on that nigga jaw, it's over. And if he let it on Keith Thurman's jaw, it could be over with. But if I'm Pacquiao, I need body shots to slow Keith Thurman down. I'm focusing on my left hook to the body. Pacquiao got a sweet ass, I don't know what that motherfuckers call it, but he got a sweet punch to the solar plex. I see them throw it in multiple camps that really hurt guys. So the Keith Pacquiao gonna be going through the body, but eventually, 704 Joe, I see you. We'll break it down in the prediction video. I'll do a really good one on it. But that's just what I think of it, man. Keith Thurman should get the stoppage. You know what I'm saying? But the three ways I see Pacquiao winning is Keith Thurman getting injured, no particular order. A body shot and straight left hand. No, this plain and simple. Okay. I don't see Manny Pacquiao unless Pacquiao put on a Superman cape, winning a wide unanimous decision versus Keith Thurman. Now, had this been a prime Manny Pacquiao, we might have a different story here. Okay. Had this been Pacquiao in 2009, I would probably heavily favor him to beat Keith Thurman. Okay. That's just my opinion on it, man. But that's just what I think of it, man. But, everybody going to have their opinion on it, man. But look here, man. I'm not coming from no hating shit perspective. I'll let you niggas know when I'm hating, all right? I'm not coming on no pro Pacquiao or I hate Pacquiao perspective. I'm coming in with real boxing perspective here, man. And for here on out, that's just where I want to rock it out, man. Real perspective. Okay, I don't want to talk about the A side, B side shit so much. We want to talk about real boxing, real shit. I want to educate and get educated. So, that's how I just see it. And also, we could talk about some boxing news. And I'm gonna run to Walmart, and I'm gonna come back, and I got a special stream I want to do. I'm gonna squeeze that in tonight. And tell my daughter to get ready. I ain't carrying these groceries, and she doing that shit. I know it sounds cool, but give me 1 second, bro. But some boxing news today, man. I want to make sure. Okay, I'm gonna stay on a little bit longer, but boxing news for the most part. Obviously, I did videos on them, so you pretty much know what's going on. They ain't got to talk about Ruiz and Wilder so much, but pretty much Earl Spence and Sean Porter had an important date, and I'll get to the Q&A in a minute. Earl Spence and Sean Porter had a very important date. They have September 1st that they wanted to do the fight on. And the reason that fight was so important, that date is so important, is because it's the last Sunday before American football comes back on. So they would have used the build up to Thursday night football, which is not the defending champions no more. On Thursday, at least this week, it's the Bears versus the Packers, and the Patriots close out Sunday night football with the Steelers this week. I mean, September, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think it may be September 9th or 8th, whatever it is. But all the football promotion, they would have mixed boxing promotion in with the football promotion for Earl Spence, Sean Porter. Now, if you've seen my video or you've seen recent pictures of Earl Spence is a bigger, he fat. Okay, he looked a little chunky in the face. He said he was gonna stay in shape this camp. At least that's what I heard. But he didn't stay in shape in this camp. Okay, between camps, excuse me. He looked a little bit heavy. Banco Boxing says probably Welterweight on Twitter. But for me, that's kind of hurting these dudes like Tank and Earl Spence. It's hurting the dudes that's not active. Okay, it's hurting these dudes, man, because at the end of the day, I said it in my video, Sean Porter seems to be one of the dudes that stay in shape. And that's going to open up a corridor for him to beat Earl Spence. Now, whatever chance, and you got to give him a chance, right? Whatever chance you give Sean Porter, right? Unless this fight happen in December, November, whatever you give Sean Porter, you got to give him another. So if I say I give Sean Porter a 20% chance to beat Earl Spence, off the strength that Sean Porter stay in shape and Earl Spence ain't in shape right now, in my opinion, just looking at him, he ain't in the best shape right now. I don't know how heavy he is. I give Sean Porter a 5 to 7% better chance at beating Earl Spence. They don't seem like a lot, but it's an edge. Okay? It's an edge. In my opinion. It's an edge. Sean Porter stay in shape. Okay? He stay in shape. Earl Spence, the reason why it's so important to stay active, and I said this, J. Thomas salute. The reason it's so important to stay active in boxing. See, I had somebody else bring another perspective in the comment section. This may be months ago. They said, well, if they fought 4 times a year, wouldn't be nobody to fight, or it's not healthy. Actually, fighting 3 or 4 or 5 times a year, that's more healthy, because guess what? You can't be like Luther Vandross. You can't be putting on 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds. Well, 20 pounds is cool in my opinion. You can't be putting on 25, 35, 50 pounds, 40 pounds, 50 pounds between fights. And then slimming back down. That messes with the body. That messes with your brain. Is made up of water. That makes up with the water. So you draining the water all out your brain, all out your body. You dehydrating yourself, and you killing your muscle growth, your bone density that gets more dense when you get older as a man. If you stay in shape, you stay ready. You ain't got to get ready. And when you get ready in the gym, now you more focused on cutting weight than refining your boxing skills. So in a way, you stun your growth, because when we could be working on, all right, every fight is different. So if we could be working on, okay, you know what? Keith Thurman said, if Earl Spence keeps Sean Porter on the outside, it's easy pickings. All right, we need to work on keeping Sean Porter on the outside. So we might not use that sharp jab we got that we use versus Lamont Peterson. We might use a peppering jab. We might use a spear jab. We might use more of an up jab. We might use a double jab. We might use a tapping jab. or we might use our thumping jab, okay? To keep on the outside, we might work on double, triple the jab. You know what I'm saying? We might work on feint. Oh, okay. He ain't used to us leading off with straight left hands. We might work on a feint. All right, feint, then lead off with a straight left hand. We might want to work on that, but instead of us perfecting and progressive, and Earl Spence got the biggest ceiling right now of any welterweight because he started boxing at 15. He don't have this as an amateur career, and he younger. He still got room to grow as far as Crawford has pretty much hit his ceiling, in my opinion. He can get better, but he closer to his ceiling. Keith Thurman, ceiling. Sean Porter, ceiling. Danny Garcia, ceiling. The only guys that ain't really reached the ceiling, you know, that's a championship caliber fighter at welterweight is Earl Spence. Ennis, Kelly, Conor Ben, Rashidi Ellis, they still more prospects than contenders. You know what I'm saying? So instead of Derrick James and Earl Spence being able to spend more time, you know, refining and rehearsing certain shots, hey, this nigga got to catch his breath, or he got to worry about cutting weight. So our training day may be all right. I don't know shit about it, you know, they training day, but you know what? 80%. All right, let's just break the pie down in 100%. Well, 100%. Okay. Instead of 40% of our day being, refining tools and setting up and installing the game plan early on. All right, we cut down to 30. Now 50% of our day, I'm just giving a hypothetical. All right. Another 40% of our day, or 50% now, is getting in shape and fitness and health. All right, that's 50% of the pie right now. That's 80%. The other 20 is probably rest and mental preparation. All right, as we get through camp, all right, he on weight. Now we down to 30% to get in shape. Now our rehearsal and what we need to work on is up to 50% now. You know, so it could be at 50% if Earl in the beginning of refining and learning things, if Earl stayed in shape, or if he didn't have to cut so much weight and focus on cutting weight. Okay, he ain't got to go to the gym at night. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got to run all them miles at the nighttime or go to the gym 2 days and do fitness. Hey, man, you work out early in the morning. You know, we're going to do our boxing workout. Cool. If he stay in shape, it's good. Cornelius Hilljohn. If he stay in shape, cool. But you stay in shape when you active. You know what I'm saying? If you moving all day, if you ever paid attention, I know a lot of my brothers in the South. Okay? A lot of the brothers in the South, right? They know what I'm talking about. When it's hot and you moving and shaking in the summertime, you ain't eating 4, 5, 6 times a day. If you're really making moves, my niggas up north in the Midwest, out east, when it's hot, we moving. But when it get cold, or when it rain, or if you ain't doing nothing all day, you sitting on your ass and you just eating all day, you gonna gain weight. My point is, if you busy and you ain't waiting around to know when your next fight is, all right, Earl, you gonna fight in January. Bam, you gonna fight in June. Then we gonna make you come back. That's an easy one in June. Another easy one in September. Then you gonna close out the good one in December. If he constantly in camp, Earl Spence can't get fat. Or get a month vacation, bam, get back. Or he might put on 20 pounds. That's cool. Being at 167 pounds, 170 pounds at welterweight, that's cool. We can knock 20 pounds off just by working out in the morning and then, sparring it and getting that good work in. But really, you don't want to go above 170 pounds. And you wouldn't go above 170 pounds if you stay working. See, you see where I say the health, what's not healthy is you gain the 20, 30, 40, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60 pounds in between fights. I fought in January, I fought in June, but then I didn't fight again until next March. Of course I'm going to gain weight. I'm traveling to these PBC fights. I'm eating on the road. I'm eating In-N-Out Burger. I'm eating Whataburger. I'm eating Rallies. I'm eating bullshit. But if I stayed in camp, I stayed working, I got a fight lined up, nigga, I'm gonna be a machine. My body and my metabolism gonna be at a premium. If I fought 4 times and went on vacation, and my body's still in metabolism mode. This shit's speeding up. I'm shitting 2-3 times a day. So instead of me putting on 30, in a month and a half, instead of me putting on 20, 30 pounds bullshit on vacation, shit, I might only put on 15, 17. I'm still 20-something years old. My body constantly burning because I'm used to fighting. You know what I'm saying? For him, you need to stay in the gym. Sean Porter does a great job of staying in the gym. A great job staying in the gym. That's gonna be his advantage. He gonna be sharper. He gonna be more healthier. But God willing, it still may not help him. Sometimes talent do outweigh hard work. Sometimes talent, what's up, Ronaldo? Sometimes talent do outwork hard work. But Sean Porter got 7% chance at the most. You know what I'm saying? He got a 7% chance more of beating Earl Spence just because he's standing in the gym, he's staying in shape. But if they lose that September 1st day, that's going to be critical. But also, Showtime got an opportunity to come get the fight. So either Showtime is going to come get this fight and put it on pay-per-view. You know, at this point, they might, if the fight go to Showtime, it might as well be on pay-per-view. Because ain't nobody really watching regular Showtime no more for a fight. It might as well go on Showtime. On pay-per-view, excuse me. And that's just my personal opinion on it. But that's an update on that. Obviously, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how many people paid attention to they may strip Andy Ruiz of his WBO title. And this got Bob Arum fingerprint all over it. Bob Arum and Oscar De La Hoya got the closest relationship with the WBO. So if they strip him, I'm mad. And it kind of turns me off the boxing even more. How can you strip me when I'm legally obligated to defend the title versus Anthony Joshua? Now, the IBF did it with Tyson Fury before he even busted a move, okay? So that is what it is. So for Andy Ruiz, if they strip him of that title, I mean, really, it don't affect Wilder. And I'm going to tell you why it don't affect Wilder. It don't affect Wilder because he going to fight Fury anyway. Okay? He going to fight Fury anyway. But for Tom Schwartz, and he ain't fought nobody, really, to be able to be ranked number 3 in the WBO and fight number 2 in him, number 2 in Fury, it's atrocious. Tom Schwartz, ain't nobody ever heard of Tom Schwartz before. Michael Johnson, I see you. I can't believe that. I'm not watching that fight this weekend. I'm not watching no more bullshit, bro. No more. I'm not watching it no more, bro. I got to be absolutely bored. Now, do I like the Jesse Hart and Barrera fight? Yeah, I like that fight. But I'm not watching that fight. It's not because I boycott Top Rank or I boycott Tyson Fury. It's just that I don't want to waste my time watching bullshit fights. You know? But if they fighting for the WBO title and they strip Andy Ruiz, it is what it is. You know, I seen worse than boxing, but eventually it ain't gonna really affect Ruiz neither. Ruiz, I will sue them, get my 3% back for the WBO. Okay, sue them, but guess what? Ruiz to get it back. It really don't affect nothing. It only affects Wilder if Wilder wants to fight Ruiz before he fight Tyson Fury. But he would have to pay Tyson Fury to step aside if they got a binding contract. So it don't really affect Wilder. For people who care about it, really it's no different. Really, it's Ortiz, boom, you get past Ortiz. Then it's him and Tyson Fury for the WB for the unification bout. Right? Boom. Then he was gonna roll into a Ruiz or a mandatory fight after that anyway. So it don't change Wilder's path per se. So if that's what you're concerned about, that it changes Wilder's path, it really don't. It don't change Wilder's path. Wilder's path is what it is at this point. It doesn't change. You know, it doesn't change Wilder's path. You know, because, it don't. Because I got to fight Ortiz. Then me and Fury be a unification bout anyway. So the WBC, WBO on the line. Then I fight Andrew Ruiz if he still got the 2 belts. Bam. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you're right. Ain't nothing worse than how the WBC did Sergio Martinez for Chavez. I've been screaming that before. I was on Colossal Sports TV shit Saturday or Sunday.
And I told them, like, he was like, the WC is the most prestigious. I said, in my opinion, it's not. So much messed up stuff they did over the course of time, but for Ruiz, it don't change nothing either. Because guess what? I'm gonna eventually meet Wilder anyway, or Fury anyway. So I'm giving up a belt. I'm saving myself 3% because I'm getting my 3% back. Like, give me that bet. I mean, how can you? I don't know, put this in perspective, right? Put this in perspective. How can you strip me, right? Listen to this. How can you strip me before I even get my belt? Now, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, those belts that Andrew Ruiz won, those are Joshua's belt. Each belt, each section of the belt body got to send Andrew Ruiz his personal belt. So you gonna strip me before I get my personal belt? Sound like some bullshit. Sound like some real bullshit to me. But it don't affect Ruiz neither. It say Ruiz a couple 100,000 probably in the grand scheme of things. Because and eventually it's gonna be Wilder Ortiz, Wilder Fury is supposed to happen. The winner of Wilder Fury, go ahead and fight Andrew Ruiz if he still hold the belts. Bam. It don't change nothing. They gonna fight. Those three fighters gonna be in rotation regardless. So we can cry travesty all we want to. Cool. But Ruiz get an opportunity to get his belt back. Deontay Wilder just pick up the WBO belt, or Fury pick up the WEC belt sooner than expected. Then they fight Ruiz for the whole belt. So for me personally, shitty. This is shittier move than how they doing Charlo. Charlo a damn fool if he don't sue the WBC for the Canelo situation. And Andy Ruiz a damn fool if he don't sue the WBO. Bankrupt him. It happened before. But it don't matter. They all gonna get. It's gonna fall into one person's hand. So Ruiz gonna have a belt regardless. Ruiz gonna be able to get his belt back regardless. As long as he beat Joshua, they not gonna put him in no harm's way before Wilder Fury get at him. So he gonna be able to get all his belts anyway. So it don't really matter. Now see him mad, he was straight. He wasn't shit to me like that. He was alright. I'm gonna reduct the fade with Mayweather. He says tripping him before you even get Joshua get a chance to get the belt back. Yeah, probably get that belt right back to Joshua. Watch what I tell you. Strip Fury and give it back to Joshua. But pretty much, I think that's pretty much all that's going on today. Yeah, Clarissa Shields fighting in Flint. That's what's up. For the vacant WBO. I don't know the lady she fighting. Kolev and Yard purse bid is postponed. Okay. Pretty much other than that, I really don't care about this fight this weekend with Swartz and Fury. Pretty much after that, pretty much nothing. Bob Arum said that AJ was an imposter. That wasn't him. He just hating on Andy Ruiz. But y'all got any questions? I answer them real quick. Got a couple minutes, man. I answer a couple questions. Any boxer related questions? Ruiz better not go to the UK to fight Joshua. They'll fuck him over. Pretty much. If he do, he better get paid. That's why they trying to drag him. AJ's scared to go back home, bro. AJ don't want to go back home. AJ is comfortable here because everybody accepted Anthony Joshua losing. I did a couple videos on that. AJ got open arms. He got open arm from American boxing media in boxers. I'm so disappointed in so many boxers, man, that I'm not gonna name nobody by name, right? I'm so disappointed. You know what I'm saying? I'm so disappointed in American boxing media, in the boxers. They all gave Anthony Joshua
support after he quit. Oh, he didn't quit. He got up 4 times, and you hear these different fighters. But my whole thing about it is, not once did these niggas get Deontay Wilder or accept him. Wilder kind of gonna be like Muhammad Ali if he keep going on this track. White people hated Muhammad Ali, right? The majority of them. They can say whatever the fuck they want to say, right? They can say whatever the fuck they want to say about him, right? Hey, man, he didn't go to the VM9 or whatever war it was, right? But when he was shaking and got older, everybody swear how great he was. In hindsight, they was like, oh, he was a great fighter. Deontay Wilder not going to get his credit till he get old. All these very same media members that shit on him, that pissed on his name, all these boxers that supported Anthony Joshua, all these media niggas and all these trainers that said Joshua was a better technical fighter and said Wilder was this, he washed up, he trash. A lot of them niggas going to be kissing his ass when he go into the boxing Hall of Fame if his career keep going on the same path. All these same people that ain't never had nothing nice to say about the guy, and you know, all these niggas that wrote these stupid articles about him, all of them, man, they gonna be bagging, they gonna be lined up to kiss his ass when he go into the Hall of Fame. God willing, he get to see it. And that's sad. They gave Anthony Joshua the support that Wilder never got for nothing that he did. You know, what is Anthony Joshua fighting for, bro? He claimed he was a self-proclaimed weed head. What is he fighting for? He not fighting for Britain. He fighting for Eddie Hearn. Deontay Wilder is fighting for a disabled daughter, bro. Deontay Wilder gave a 2-time pay defender, Luis Ortiz, a fight when nobody else gave him a fight. He gave him a rematch when nobody else still gonna fight him because he got a disabled daughter. He got a soft spot for him. Come on, who else doing that? Who else going out their way to go back in danger again? Nobody. Nobody accepted Deontay Wilder. Still hasn't. Wilder got more hate in the Luis Ortiz fight, and it was a prosperous moment for him, if that's a word. He prospered and overcame, and people say, "Well, the ref let him off the hook. Oh, he ain't that good." You know, he didn't even get the credit he deserves. It kind of reminds me of Danny Garcia. It reminds me of Danny Garcia, Lucas Matisse. Danny Garcia was supposed to blow up at the Matisse fight. He just never blew up after that. You know, Deontay Wilder, they don't have nothing good to say about the brother. After he beat Dominique Brazil, that was the biggest reception from the boxing world, internationally and stateside. That's the biggest reception he ever got. That's the most acclaim he ever got. That was his blockbuster. Not outboxing Bermain Stavern for 12 rounds. Not slumping Bermain Stavern. Not beating Luis Ortiz. Not going to seek out the fight Tyson Fury. No, they didn't get behind him when Anthony Joshua ducked him. Hey, they didn't get behind him. They didn't get behind him when they learned that he worked 3 or 4 jobs to take care of his daughter, and he learned to box just to provide for his family. A real true American hero dream. You know? Nothing. They never got behind this guy. They never said good job or never really meant it. But Anthony Joshua quit in this country. And he gets accepted. And that just shows you this is America. Okay? The darker you wear, the more hate they got for you. You know, but it is what it is. He said, any update on Harrison Charlo Rima? I heard he had an ankle injury. That's why. Yeah, he got a boot on his ankle. That motherfucker's throwing the first pitch out at the Tiger game with a boot on his ankle. I didn't see the Top Rank card this weekend, so I can't speak. I like Valdez and Gabriel Flores, but I think Valdez is probably done. He just took too much punishment, man. I ain't even got it, man. I don't know the guy he fought or nothing about him, but Valdez, what I seen from him, his last fight, he still got his jaw open after this past fight, but you know, maybe he get better. But I think he already hit his ceiling and on the decline because of the wars he been in. But I have to go back and check it out. DJ Jackson still waiting to see who Bud fights next. It's probably gonna be Kell Brook. Man, I ain't heard much about it, but that's what Bob Arum say. J. Thomas Wilder might as well full blown become a heel because this AJ shit is proved they don't like him. Nope, no matter what he do, you know. AJ quit. He spit his mouthpiece guard out and was looking for his corner to save him. Well, spitting your mouthpiece out is an old trick to buy more time. You know, they can take a point for that too if they choose to. I've seen it happen before, I believe. Ortiz had a chance to. Hold on, did I miss one? Hold on. He says, true, these clowns, y'all just won't give Wilder the support he should get, but AJ gets plotted for getting his ass whooped. Yep, I'm just calling it how I see it, man. DJ Jackson. Lewis say Ortiz had a chance to take the AJ fight, though he don't feel so bad for Ortiz. And because he already signed to fight Wilder is what it was. Wilder was supposed to fight Povetkin too, but Povetkin got caught for peds, and we got mad at Wilder. A lot of people I got mad at Wilder, man. I was tired of seeing. I want to see him step up, but quite frankly, that was Povetkin fault. Wilder he was in Nottingham about to fly to Russia. Povetkin fought, and Wilder took the shitload of shit, man, for that. He was willing to go over to Russia. That's what I said. He started boxing because of his daughter's disability. I have a daughter, so that resonates with me. AJ got credit for quitting. Yep. Everybody defended him, man. I'm not saying nobody name, man, but I lost a lot of respect for people, bro. That's kind of why a lot of reason why I stepped back from talking boxing as well, too, man. It's disgusting, man. But Jay Thomas, but they jumping on that bullshit Fury story too. Yup. He got popped for peds, and there don't nobody want to talk about it. And that was months before the Vladimir Klitschko fight, 6 months. They let him go in there dirty versus Vladimir Klitschko. Man, if I'm Klitschko, I'd have been suing. DJ Jackson, America over here supporting overseas heavyweights more than they support their own American heavyweights. And that's why you see a lot. That's why probably a lot of American fucking fighters, American heavyweights went to go play fucking basketball and football, man. Valdez talking about moving up. He just said he wanted to fight Valdez. I mean, Frampton, he don't know what the hell he want to do. Why was it so hard to hit Nassim Hamed? It wasn't hard to hit that motherfucker. You see what Barrera did to him. He wasn't fighting nobody. You know what I'm saying? He beat Augie Sanchez and thought he beat the fucking creme de la creme. And yeah, Augie Sanchez beat Mayweather in the amateurs, but that was it. You know what I'm saying? When Barrera put hands on him, it was over with. Calvin Kelly was dropping his ass. You know what I'm saying? When he came to America, low-key, he got exposed when the Calvin Kelly fight. But man, he had a good style, but hey, man, it is what it is. I ain't got nothing against the dude, but he got his ass whooped and never fought again by Barrera. Barrera wasn't no slouch. He a Hall of Famer or should be a Hall of Famer. Valdez needs to step up. It's hard to step up when you getting your fucking jaw broke. That nigga got more mileage on him than a fucking 88 Buick. He got a ton of mileage on that ass. Too much mileage, bro. And if he fought like a brother, he'd be all right. But he want to prove something to his Mexican people. Do you think Boots will give Danny Garcia problems? Yeah, he got too much movement, but Garcia hit hard. Garcia experienced, man. He'd give him problems, his style. But they would never make that fight happen. Yeah, they wouldn't do Philly versus Philly at this point, man. If Danny Garcia needed the money and he was an older fighter and he needed the money for a show in Philly, they would do it to boost Ennis up. But Danny Garcia done right with his money. Danny Garcia could retire and be good for the rest of his life. I don't know why he's still fighting. I think the pad is Hall of Fame resume. I would put Danny Garcia in the Hall of Fame, just what he did off 140 pounds. And like I said, if Arturo Gatti in the Hall of Fame, I ain't trying to hear shit else. Barry McGuinn in the Hall of Fame, I ain't trying to hear shit else. Kevin Kelly knocked Prince down a few times. I like Prince. I just wish he didn't quit fighting after Barrera. One fight after Barrera. Yeah, he had one. Okay, he had one. He got his ass whooped. Leo been ducking Rigo, now Russell. Yep. I think he might fight Russell next, though, man. Gervonta Tank Davis said that if he don't get a champion at the end of the year, he moving up. So maybe they canceled that Leo Santa Cruz fight, or maybe it's just, he don't know shit. He don't run his career, but, he got an input. I find it hard to believe P. Good, Eddie Hearn offered Ortiz legit contract to fight AJ on short notice. He offered Adam Konaki. Konaki told him he fighting Wilder. That's what it was with Ortiz. Ortiz was already plugged in to fight Wilder, so it didn't matter. That's what it was. Steven Espinoza kind of alluded to that, man. They wasn't providing none of their top heavyweights to go fight Anthony Joshua. Andy Ruiz lucked up and got that shit. I'd be laughing. Ortiz knew PBC was holding him to fight Wilder. Ortiz came out and blamed it on his team. That was an overplay for the underplay, baby. Is Adrian Broner a Hall of Famer? Yes. I hate to say it. Yeah. We putting fucking Arturo Gatti in there. Yes. But if I had my personal way, he wouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? If I had to go through an active fighter list of guys who wouldn't be a Hall of Famer right now, heavyweight to be decided, who is not a Hall of Famer right now. Canelo a Hall of Famer, even though he cheated, but hey, people don't care about that. Triple G, I wouldn't put in the Hall of Fame. Charlo's not yet, or if at all, if they get there. Heard no. Lara borderline, bro. I'll probably say no for Lara right now. I'm a little stricter than most. Crawford, yes, he did too much. Earl Spence on his way. He's still a young buck. Keith Thurman, not quite yet. He kind of right there with Lara at. I'm just rounding off names. Nobody at 140 yet. Broner, by my graded book, nope. I would put him in before Golovkin got in, to be real, but I would say no to him right now. But by these, this is my standard. By these standards, most of these guys are Hall of Famers. The older guys that I named. Gary Russell, no. Santa Cruz, no. Valdez, no. Frampton, no. Rigondeaux, yes. Just barely though. Lomachenko, once again undisputed, I say yes. Trying to think. Chocolito, no. Juan Estrada, not yet. Anuyawa, not yet. Nevetes, not yet. Just trying to go through some names. Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, obviously not yet. Ryan Garcia, not yet. Trevor Farmer, not yet. Gervonta Tank Davis, not yet. Heavyweights, I will say none of them not yet. I think Wilder is the closest. Fury got opportunity right behind him. AJ, no, I don't think he's gonna recover. I could be wrong. Ruiz, not yet. So just a couple names I'm rolling off, man. Miguel Cotto definitely a Hall of Famer, bro. I like Miguel Cotto. Tank needs to dust off Farmer already. Yeah, true. Heard the zone contract supposed to be up at the end of the year, according to Lou DiBella. So they may make that fight. All them niggas stood not turning down AJ. Well, we's about to get paid and about to get the Snickers money up. Lara beat Paul Williams. Canelo robbed on both. Yeah, he lost. They robbed him on the Paul Williams, but he got away. He got a gift versus Carlos Molina, so it always comes around full circle. Barner don't show up in big fights. Yeah, but guess what? He a 4-time weight class champion, whatever the fuck they say he is. Bradley, yeah, I'm probably one of the few that say Bradley. Yes, Kovalev, he kind of in the Lara conversation. He on the cusp. I don't like him. Yeah, Shane Mosley definitely got to be a Hall of Famer. If you're gonna put Canelo in there, he had a bad history, you got to put Shane Mosley in there. Lomachenko versus Floyd Mayweather easily. I think Nonito Donaire gonna be a Hall of Famer. Yeah, I put Donaire. Donaire is one of my favorites in this era, man. I'm always gonna back Donaire. He didn't have to fight Rigondeaux, but he did when Leo Santa Cruz and them ran, and he had a mean left hook at the lower weight classes. Oscar Valor problem is every shot he throws, he tries to make it a power shot, not good at all. He gonna get in there with someone who gonna make him miss and gas out. Exact Andre Ward, yeah. Andre Ward, definitely. He definitely a Hall of Famer. I ain't gonna be like Fred and go horse and shit. You a bitch, Andre Ward. Fred sounded like he was in Get Out and shit. You a coward, Andre Ward. You was a coward. Let me sip my tea, Andre Ward. You was a coward. Fuck it, man. Let's make Fred versus Andre Ward, bro. Fuck it, charity fight, man. Fred versus Andre Ward. Now Andre Ward can't use his left hand though, nigga. Danny Jacobs not a Hall of Famer. I put Broner in before him. Usyk, yeah, I put him in there. To be honest, I put Usyk in there. Yep, he became undisputed. I definitely put him in there. Charlo brothers, not yet. Yeah, Sergeant Martin. Hell yeah, I know that's my guy right there. Martinez definitely in there. I ain't saying that he like he comfortable. He was better than Arturo Gotti though. You know, he beat Kelly Pavlik. Kelly Pavlik beat the man. You know, Adrian Broner being undisputed, that nigga being that if Adrian Broner lived up to the hype, he'd probably be dead, bro. Zab Judah, yeah. When Zab Judah undisputed at welterweight, yeah, I put Zab in there. If you got to put a Terry Gotti in there, I put Zab in there. And that's just my personal bias on Zab. I like Zab. He knocked out Paul. Yeah, I thought he beat Paul Williams in both fights. That's when boxing was good, man. That's when boxing was good, man. I used to enjoy boxing then. I ain't had no complaints, bro. Boxing that was like 2000. What was that like? Like the 10, 11 or something like that. That was great. I even watched Martinez and Chavez on pay-per-view. That was a great fight in the 12th round, just in the 12th round. That the last undisputed welterweight champion. Yeah. I felt that Corey Spinks had beat Jermaine Taylor, if y'all remember that shit. Go back and watch that one. Did you know Adonis Stevenson was back up? Yeah, I watched some of his interviews up. He's like, sounds look like they cut his head or some shit. Adonis Stevenson? No. Sorry, he ain't a Hall of Famer. He didn't even unify, bro. He never unified. That's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, let me run to the grocery store, and then I'm gonna come back and do my special stream. If not, if I don't get to the stream tonight, I'll get to it in the morning. But yeah, that's when I get to it, man. What the fuck just happened? My bad. I don't know what happened. Yeah, Madonna? No. Nope. Yeah, I seen that scar on his head, man. That's unfortunate. But yeah, let me roll out of here, go to Walmart real quick, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all know what it is, man. We gone.